We cannot stop time. That alone is enough to make us freeze in our tracks. Time is so valuable in that it is the only resource we can never get back. In our own lives, we think that we should be much further than we are right now, and we may feel like we are running out of time to achieve our goals and fulfill our destiny. What do we do in such a situation? Here are 5 thoughts to consider if you are fearful that you are running out of time. Number 1. God is the Lord of all time. In John 1 verses 1 to 3 it states, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made." These verses reveal to us that God is the Lord of all time. In other words, he is in control of all time. This means that God knows where we are, how much time we have spent, and most importantly, how much time we have left. With God, nothing is impossible with him. He can make something that takes 40 years to do happen in 40 days. And likewise, what could happen in 40 days, he can delay to 40 years. He is in control of all time. This should put us at ease, because if we realize that God is in control, we will not be so stressed out. We realize how God can ensure that we achieve our destiny in his time when we cooperate and we work with him. Likewise, if we receive a report of something going to happen in a few days, God can delay it. Since God is Lord over all time and he is outside of time, we can trust him that when we yield our lives to him, our time will never be wasted. Number 2. God will repay you for any and all time that was wasted. In Joel 2 verse 25 it states, "I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten, the great locust and the young locust, the other locusts and the locust swarm, my great army that I sent among you." Maybe you only came to know the Lord later on in life and you've realized that you spent your life on meaningless things. With God, nothing is ever wasted, because with him, he can take anything that we've done before and make it into a brilliant testimony. With God, he can take the remainder of your life and make it more fruitful than you could ever dream or possibly imagine. In this passage from Joel, he was speaking to the kingdom of Judah after they repented, saying that everything that they had lost in their judgment would be recompensed. Likewise in your life, as you turn to God, he will restore time to you that you lost. Only God can do that. Maybe you feel that your own bad decisions led to so much time being wasted. Be it being in the wrong relationship or job, you may feel that you wasted time. With God, he will make it all work out for your good. With God, nothing is ever wasted, though you may feel that you wasted your time. He will bless you with someone or an opportunity that will make up for all that lost time. Again, only God can do that, so yield to him and trust his process. Number 3. He makes everything beautiful in its time. In Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 it states, "He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end." We can become frustrated with God because he does not work on our timing. We aren't getting any younger, and time keeps slowly marching on. Yet in the blink of an eye, so much time can pass. We are told to wait upon God, yet it seems like waiting on God is a bad idea since it is taking so long for God to act. We should not be focused on our timing, but rather we should yield ourselves to God and trust his timing. He knows much more than we do, and with God, we can trust him that he will give us the best if we wait on him. If we try to make things work on our timing, we end up getting second best, and we end up being in a worse position had we have just trusted God from the beginning. God asks us continually to trust him because he has the best in store for us. The best cannot come to us if we rush it. Number 4. Waiting on God is never in vain. In Isaiah 64, there's a powerful verse which states, "Since ancient times, no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides you, who acts on behalf of those who wait for him." God acts on behalf of those who wait on Him. This means that while we wait on God, He acts. Conversely, the opposite is true. If we do not wait on God, He does not act. When we do not wait on God and do things our own way, the result is almost always disaster or second best. We can see from this that waiting on God is never in vain, because when He works and acts on our behalf, He gives us much more than we expect, because He is that good, and because we choose to let God have His way instead of our own. Our waiting on Him is an act of faith that God honors by working something out to our advantage. He ensures it works out for our good, which shows that waiting on Him, though it may take some time, is never in vain. Number 5. Lean not on your own understanding. In Proverbs 3, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." We may not presently understand why God may be taking so long. We are instructed to trust Him and lean not on our own understanding. We may not understand why something may be taking so long to come to pass, but we should not focus on that. Rather, focus on God, His Word, and His promises. We are instilled with peace and confidence when we do this, as we realize that God will never make us wait for nothing. You may feel like you are running out of time, but in actual fact, you are not. God is the Lord of all time, and He will ensure that the time that you have is fruitful and not wasted. Let not your heart be troubled, because God's got this, and He's got you. Let us continue to walk in the light as He is in the light.